Yo, this Kazuya player is too good, man. It's strange when that happens where I'm just so focused on winning that I get frustrated whenever I end up losing. I'm thinking this guy or this girl, whoever I'm playing against, is making it too difficult. But then I realize, wait, that's why that should be a good thing. It's always good to play against difficult opponents. That's how you really improve, both in real life and in video games. Yeah, he's making it easy for me to grapple with. Got to keep hitting him with mostly counter strikes, which is a good thing about King. Oh, dang it. Yeah, King doesn't have like any counter holds that are really reliable. Unlike Marduk, Armor King, and Dragon. What am I doing? Let's see. Marduk, Armor King, and Dragonov have some very good counter throws. King, not so much. If I remember with King, it's only on a specific limb. I think it's got to be like a left kick or something. But anyways, he doesn't have good counter throws. But as for his regular straightforward ones, they're good for damage. Especially Giant Swing and forward half circle forward 2. I think, what was it called? Tawana Twister. They're good. They're good for damage, especially if you land them on a stage with breakable. Let's see, breakable floors. You land them on a stage with breakable floors and get even more damage afterwards. Like for King, the best throws for that are, in my opinion, Tawana Twister and Tawana Twister, Running Jaguar Bomb, Aerial Jaguar Bomb, and Tombstone. Yes, finally got it. It's like it doesn't matter which game it is, from Tekken 1 all the way up to 7, landing a Tombstone is so satisfying. Although if I have to be honest, I don't really go for King's Giant Swing as much as I used to when I played him in earlier games. Or just gaming in general, I don't go for Giant Swing that much. But definitely what I like about King is that he just has the biggest variety of throws in the whole game. Like, you got other grapplers, Armor King, Marduk, and Dragonov, but King has always been the go-to grappler. Which is cool because he's not that slow. Like, he may not be much of a heavy hitter compared to Marduk, Gigas, or Jack. But again, just the sheer variety of throws he has. That's the one thing about 3D grapplers that they have over 2D grapplers. Just more throws overall. But unlike 2D grapplers, 3D grapplers always have that misfortune of their throws being escapable. Except for Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive, you can escape neutral throws, basically everyone's default throw, and combo throws, where they land the initial throw, but any combo throws afterwards, you can escape in between those. And if I remember, I think in Virtual Fighter, some characters have maybe some throws or throw variations that can't be escaped, but those are oddly specific ones. Dead or Alive, it's guaranteed. Even if you just do a regular forward or back and throw, it can't be escaped. And the trade-off is that a majority of throws are easily beaten by strikes. Just the whole triangle system. I still remember one friend who tried to argue that Gigas and Nina are grapplers when in fact they're not. Gigas and Nina have the same throw as every other Tekken character. The universal side throws, back throw, and the two. Let's see, they also have the 2+4, 2+4, and 1+3 throws. But that's it. Well, not really. No, Gigas has also one extra throw. And Nina, she has multiple standing throws and even a lot of combo throws. And yeah, no, that's about it. But she's not a grappler because she doesn't have any low throws or even ground throws either. Dragunov doesn't have any ground throws, but he has low throws. So he's definitely a grappler. Just not very grapple heavy like King is. In fact, King's like the only one I can think of as grapple heavy. Even Marduk has so many good strikes and combos that you almost don't really need to use his throws that much. Then again, most people who play Marduk usually just go for his mount tackle anyway. They don't really go for his other throws. Except for quarter circle forward, 1+2 and 3+4, because you can go into mount position from those. Because to go for his mount throw or double A takedown, you got to go into his ready stance or VTS valet tudo stance. Shit, I gotta use the bathroom. Whereas King and Armor King, well, Marduk too, they all have every variety of throw you can give a 3D grappler. They have standing throws, low throws, ground throws, and air throws. Which makes for a huge variety. And some people still question like the difference between King and Armor King. Armor King's just more combo and strike heavy due to the difference in their wrestling. Like they're both pro wrestlers, but King's wrestling is based on catch wrestling, which is far more grapple oriented than Armor King. Armor King does shoot wrestling, which is more focused on strikes, which makes no sense. I mean, it's wrestling. Well, how do you have a form of wrestling, in other words, a form of grappling that's more focused on strikes? That's not wrestling. Oh well. So between Dragunov, both Kings and Marduk, so that's 4 grapplers right there. I like that. I like the variety. Perfect. Dang it. This guy's very good as a Kazuya player. Man, he's really fishing for them electric wing godfists. But yeah, the sheer amount of variety that every grappler has in this game, and the sheer variety of grapplers. You got someone like Dragunov who's more akin to a counter grappler. You got someone who's a bit of a hybrid grappler, but definitely more strike friendly, like Armor King. Someone who's also a hybrid grappler, but who really takes risks, gets big damage, and is definitely an equal of strikes and grapples, like Marduk. Then you have King, who's the most grapple oriented and most straightforward grappler. Now that was awesome. Those slow-mo moments they're just so fun, especially when you land a heavy hitting move or a rage drive or even a rage art. But the most rare for me is going for those slow-mo moments with a throw. I haven't yet to land a throw in those moments successfully, unfortunately. How does he have an A in throw countering? I'm the grappler. I do the throw countering, man. How do I have an S in rage usage? That's like the first time I used a rage art. I haven't used a rage drive, or I guess because since I'm the only one to use any kind of rage move so far, where he hasn't. I like that intro. So it's you. Dang it. Angle slam. But yeah, any fighting game that has even one grappler, I'll give that game a try. The game has to have a grappler for me to be willing to for me to be considered playing it. The only exception I can really think of is the Mortal Kombat series. Because Mortal Kombat X was the first game in this series, and at that point the only game in the entire MK series that had any actual unblockable throws besides the universal escapable or techable throws. Although I actually found out recently that Meat himself was actually a grappler in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Of course, I never really played Meat, so I didn't even know that. And it turns out like his unblockable throws were in the form of simply pressing, what was it, like forward or back 1, 2, 3, stuff like that. I just thought he wasn't really a grappler and only had a so-called wrestling or grappling stance, since none of his special moves were throws. But anyways, like, a game has to have at least one grappler, and if that one grappler is good, it's almost guaranteed I'll consider getting that game. But there are some games, like a majority of the Mortal Kombat series, where I'm willing to make an exception. Although I don't like how in Guilty Gear Strive they took away Potemkin's anti-air blockable. Like, he still has the move Heat Knuckle, but now it's a strike instead of a grab. Not a total loss, but still, I like characters who have more than one grab. Although apparently Zangief only had the spinning pile driver back in the original Street Fighter 2. And he's just been having a variety of different throws ever since. Dang. Whenever I land a back one, I almost don't know what to do because I rarely land that. I don't know why I try to go for a mount tackle. Grapplers who are fast, like Armor King, King and even Armor King and Dragunov, they're faster than heavy hitter grapplers like Marduk, Zangief, and Hugo, among many others. Zangief, Hugo, Potemkin, Marduk, they're all examples of your slow heavy hitter grapplers where they have to take risks, but usually those risks are rewarded for heavy attacks, as in they're able to do a lot of damage in just 1 or 2 hits or just 1 command grab. But then you have grapplers who are grapplers like Clark Steele, Tina, Armstrong, King, Armor King. They're all, even Abel. They're all actually pretty average in speed for a grappler compared to the rest of the cast as well, but still faster than the typical big body grapplers. And usually grapplers like that, they tend to do less damage, but they have an easier time doing combos compared to pure grapplers. Well, no, even King can be considered more of a pure grappler because he needs his throws. He's just not super heavy, super slow. Then you have the ridiculously fast type of grapplers, and that usually comes in the form of luchadors, like El Friete, El Blaze. Who else is a extremely fast type of grappler? I can't really think of anyone. Wait. Well, there is Laura in Street Fighter V. She only has one command grab, whereas every other grappler in Street Fighter V, Zangief, Alex, Rainbow Mika, Birdie, and Abigail, they all have more than one command grab. She only has one. But that one command grab for her is really pretty much almost all she needs. There is that weird throw she has that leaves her opponent stunned. Oh dang, he teched it. But anyways, that one weird throw she has as a follow-up to her dodge from her V-Trigger 2. But it sucks. The fact that you have to use the dodge first, the dodge, sway, whatever, use that first before you can do the throw. Now if you can go into the throw directly, it would have been much better, but you can't. Oh well. So she's just fine without that. But yeah, grapplers, no matter what, grapplers will always be my favorite, no matter how many people call them cheap or terrible or say they shouldn't even be in the game. I remember there was this one dude who went on this ridiculously long rant talking about how Zangief in Street Fighter V should have literally how he should have every move that makes him good taken away or just made worse than it already is. Talking about how Zangief is BS in Street Fighter V, and I know apparently I'm supposed to know it. And I remember eventually I responded saying that he just sucks if Zangief of all people gives you so much trouble. Because yes, Zangief gets good damage off his pile drivers alone, but he has to work so hard just to be able to get in and even stay in. And even then, his opponents can literally just jump up and avoid his spinning power driver. So really, it's more or less the treatment grapplers get in fighting games that's BS. Of course, I think that guy, I remember reading his comment in other sections talking about characters, and I could tell definitely he's just a troll, just saying anything to try to rile people up. A lot like Low Tier God.
Round 4. Fight.
Dang it! But yeah, any fighting game that has even at least one grappler, if that grappler is good, I am more than likely to give the game a try. But for whatever reason, I don't like that grappler. Either something about them that makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, what's that one weird ass grappler from Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? I think, is it La Diva? I don't know. Sometimes it says Faustivus, other times it says Ladiva. But anyways, that weird dude that just acts like a woman the whole time. I don't know. So he creeps me out. Honestly, I'm not even missing out on anything by not playing Grand Blue, anyways. But yeah, that just creeps me out. So that's why I don't bother playing that game. Besides, everyone else in that game doesn't even really look that good, anyways. And then there's just that one grappler, I don't know. I think it's Hayami. Whatever the hell. I know it starts with an H. I think it does. From Persona 4 Arena. That's like some shirt with a skull on it. Either that or it's his jacket. He fights with a chair. And his stand, even though they're not really called stands, but they behave like stands in that game. Like from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Uses lightning. And he has blonde hair. I don't know what other description I can give. But anyways, he looks cool and has a pretty cool personality. But his moveset is, I don't really like his moveset that much. Like it's not outright terrible, but just not good enough for me. Which is why in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, he's fun to pair up with other characters. So it's mostly because of the tag team mechanic. But I do still mostly prefer playing Tagger and Waldstein. Speaking of which, Waldstein is so much damn fun. And what the hell is the game? Under Night in Birth. He is so much fun in that game. He's still your typical slow, heavy-handed grappler, but due to the mechanics of that game, he has such good damage, and I like how you can combo into his throws. I like games that let you combo into command grabs. Let's see, Under Night in Birth does that. Although I think he's the only one who can combo into his command grabs and Blaze Blue tag. Oh, I should not have gone up like that. What else is there? Oh yeah, the King of Fighters series and Mortal Kombat. Well, NetherRealm games in general. Mortal Kombat X and 11 and Injustice 1 and 2. Dang it! If only I could have taken that throw. Now where was I? With King of Fighters, yeah, you can combo into command grabs regularly. Like the command grab does less damage, obviously because of damage scaling, but it's still fun. Whereas with NRS games, starting with Injustice 1 onwards, you can combo into command grabs, but only in juggle combos. So yeah, it's only in juggle combos, but still you can combo into them, which is nice. And then you have not Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue you can't combo into them, unfortunately. But what was the game I was thinking of? Oh yeah, Under Night. In Under Night in Birth. Oh, whoops. In that game, you can combo into command grabs both in juggle and standing combos. And even in some cases, if your opponent's laying on the ground, you can still combo into regular throws that usually hit standing opponents. My goodness. Oh, wait a minute. I tried to roll to the side. That's some high octane amounts of BS right there. But anyways, no matter how cheap people try to say grapplers are, they'll still always be my favorite and most played and most preferred style of gameplay in any game. Even if it's only just one grappler. And there's some characters where they're not grapplers, but I can and sometimes will play them like one. Like Soul, Bad Guy, and Guilty Gear Zard. If I get Strive, I'm definitely gonna play him as one. Since his Wild Throw no longer, like, it still switches sides, but now it's just a big damage command grab.
Perfect.
Man, it's no longer a combo starter like it was in earlier games, which is no big deal. Those kind of characters definitely are quite unique. Those kind of characters who aren't grapplers, they're not meant to be grapplers. They just happen to have one command grab, but you can still play them like one. Oh, I wanted to get one of his follow-ups. You're not getting no perfect on me, that's for sure. What the? I wanted his shoulder charge. I did the wrong damn buttons.
You lose.
I'm having so much fun. But yeah, characters who are just creepy in overall mannerism and appearance, like that one guy or whatever from Grand Blue, or those who look cool and have cool personalities but boring moves, like that one grappler in Persona 4 Arena. Those are the ones where I'm like, if they just, I don't know, if they can have a good combination of both, a good moveset, but also there's something cool about them. Or even if they're a boring character who doesn't really have much depth to them or much personality, like Abel. Abel's an example of a character where he doesn't really have a lot going on for him, personality-wise or mannerism-wise, but there's enough to his moveset to where I still enjoy playing as him.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
I don't know why I keep going for his running 4.
Fight.
Imagine if you were to land one of those stagger kicks in the middle of his 10-hit combo, and either on hit or on counter hit, almost any follow-up is guaranteed.
KO.
Yeah, he was not going to drop that combo, that's for sure. I should stop going for combos myself. Or not stop going for combos altogether, but just try to grapple more. Man, landing ground throws is hard for me in Tekken. Unlike Dead or Alive or Virtual Fighter. Then again, you can combo into those. And even if you don't combo into it, the opponent is still... The opponent's still left in a way where you can go for a ground throw regardless of if it combos or not. Tekken, not really. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, if every game was doing exactly what other games can do, then it wouldn't be no fun now, would it? But yeah, characters like Abel, where he's a mixed martial artist. There's him, Mila from Dead or Alive, and Marduk in this game. Like, sure, Marduk does Valet too, though, but it's still mixed martial arts. So there's really no difference between them being characters who rely on a combination of striking and grappling. It's just that out of those three, Marduk is the one grappler who
Fight.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, does Marduk have more throws than Mila? I think he does. Oh, I tried to do a rise up with a low kick.
Fight.
Buddy check is so fun. Doesn't guarantee a throw, even on the hip, but it's fun. Kind of keeps your opponent from moving around too much. It's like so often the opportunity to go for a rage strike.
KO.
I was not expecting another low. That was my fault.
Fight.
Like, even when he has the opportunity for a rage, art, or drive, even in a combo, he doesn't take it.
KO.
Dang.
You lose.
Dang, Kazuya. Give me a bone here. Or don't. Please don't.
Get ready for the next battle.
I like opponents who are just as persistent as I am in these games. I like fighting games where, regardless if it's player or ranked match, you can play against them technically an infinite number of times, and it's only until someone either rage quits or just leaves after the match. Yeah, I got a 42% stage win rate compared to Han where he has 40. Which is why I hate how in Virtual Fighter, games like Virtual Fighter, Street Fighter 5, where you only get you can only win 2 times and then you have to leave. Same thing with well, any game that does that. That doesn't allow you to keep playing against someone technically an infinite number of times. Oh, I rarely get to land that.
KO.
Haha, Marduk's, I said Marduk. King Standing 3.
Fight.
Marduk's Standing 3 is similar too, both in appearance and how it knocks the opponent off their feet. Dang, I pressed 3 instead of 1. Is everything a 1 or 1 plus 2 break? Or even 2?
KO.
Ah, I keep falling for that. That's such a nice setup actually.
Fight.
How did he manage to backdash and then go for a wind uppercut so quickly? Ah! I gotta stop freezing up like that when he goes for the electric screw uppercut.
Fight.
See, just like that.
KO. Final round. Fight.
Ugh, day 1 break. Get off the floor. Dang it! Oh. What the?
You lose.
What was that, man? Alright, one more. Unless I win. If I win, then I'll go for another one. If not, then this will be the last one. Man, this guy's good. I gotta stop freezing up when he goes for the electric uppercut. Same thing, there's so many methods he does now that I'm starting to get. When he throws me, he'll go for Kazuya's down forward. I think, yeah, down forward 2. If he does like a low kick, more than likely he's gonna go for another one. Let's mention if he backsteps, he's probably gonna go for Kazuya's rising uppercut.
Round 1. Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight.
He was gonna go for a third low.
KO. Round 3. Fight. KO. Round 4. Fight.
Man, well, that fan sucks. Maybe I just need to clean it. Oh well.
KO. You win.
Alright, if I win this one, then... Well, regardless, I said if I won the last one, then I was going to do one more match. So one way or another, this is the final match. Yeah, those kind of enemies that definitely put up a good fight and make you work for whatever it is you try to reward yourself with, those are definitely some of the most, if not the best, to play against. The ones I don't like are the ones who are so bad I have to play like an amateur just to keep up, just to not seem like a jackass. Whereas there's those who are very good, but they just talk so much nonsense. Or it's like it's just so one-sided. You're thinking, what's the point?
Round 1. Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight.
Two stone. Oh, I should have sidestepped.
Round
I should have been patient.
fight.
Nah, that's enough for now. Maybe I'll record some more footage right after this. I'm gonna take a little break and get me something to eat. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I'll definitely be commentating like this in the next video. Just to know if it's gonna be Tekken 7 or any different game. But anyway, see y'all.